flight cheer, Coach Paris.
What was your first sport or activity that you coached? Where were you? The location? Was it community-based or corporate-based, meaning park district or like in a school? What was your age, about the age range, the name of the school, and the type of sport or activity that you coached?
I think the very first team I coached was my own team in Danville, which was called Royaledystruction.
Okay, I love that name.
Thank you. Kamikaze, I remember how it's a bomb, like Japanese bomb. I love that because I was trying to portray a bomb. Like,
boom, yeah.
Destruction, because we are tearing some stuff up.
Okay.
Right? So, we basically, those who danced with me in Hip Hop Squad, or I had parents who seen what I was doing and they wanted to put their kid with me, right? So, it was like a team that became a team on accident.
Gotcha.
Right?
So it kind of fell in your hands.
Yes. So it's community based. I didn't charge nothing. It was just a group of people that wanted to dance. Every summer, Danville used to, well, they still do, but it's this this event called the Dust Bowl that happens every summer. It's a basketball tournament. And back in the day, it used to be really, really big. So, like, a lot of people from all over would come over and play in this tournament, and a lot of people come watch, and we would perform. So that was, like, our highlight. Like, we are going to prepare for this one performance every year, and we used to do it every summer, and that was a highlight for me. I feel like, obviously, I was the oldest, but the range at the time, I probably was like 18, 19, and it went all the way down. My youngest member was Trinity, 8.
Okay.
7, 8. So her and Markiah were my youngest, so like 8 and 10. Everybody else was like in their teens. They was in high school or older, but they parents seen the talent that they had, and they seen what I was given, and they wanted them on my team.
Okay.
And they ended up actually being my captains on Royaledystruction.
Okay.
And then they went on. Markiah continued to coach and stuff, and then Trinity went on to high school. She did a dance team, and now she graduated college and all these things. Like, so they continued to go on. So
that is pretty much going back to what you said about cultivating the talent, or well, they had the talent, but cultivating it, right? Pulling it out of them, right? You see, they had it in them, pull them out of them, and then you're normally a little bit worried if they're gonna keep on. You technically doing everything you said that you wanted to do when it comes to your athletes or the participants. They're doing all the things, so a win is a win.
It is, because one thing about it, I'm always staying in their life.
Yeah,
and they know that.
Yeah. Why did you become a coach?
The why.
It's always the why.
I feel like I didn't understand the why until I got a lot older. But once I did, my why is I really like giving back to the youth. I feel like I had people pour into me when I was younger, at their age, like middle school, high school, pouring into me in the arts, right? Yeah. And I wanted to be that person that gave more, because they gave what they could, right? I went out and branched out and learned all these different skills, these different genres, to come back to my home community and pour into them.
Now, so the people that was pouring into you, that you had, and thank goodness for those people, because I have my group of people. Were they based in the area that, like, from the area, had they had left the area and come back? Because you have had the opportunity to go.
They did not go. Okay,
so I figured that. That's why I asked. So you've had the opportunity to take what they cultivated in you and just like multiply by bajillion, right? Because you were able to go to HBCU in Black Hollywood, which is Atlanta, right? And then learned all these different talents and skills and brought even more, up and out of you to then bring that back home. Yes. That's dope.
Yeah, and I love it. Like, I always thought my goal in life was to be a coach.
Okay.
Until I started, like, recently years, like maybe the last 5-6 years, it's anything to do with the youth.
Yeah.
It's anything. Like, I have been put in other places outside of me being a teacher now. Like, I was in other careers, all these things. It always came back to being around kids. And I love the transformative. Like, to see you in one space, I can see the potential and I can see where you're going and take you there.
Yeah. You see
I love that. Especially in the kids when the adults doubt them. That's where I want to dive in the most. Because I feel like, especially now, it probably happen more in the day, but maybe back in the day, but like social media is making it what it is. I feel like people love to put their opinions in their mouths on people in a negative way, especially our youth. And just because you see them doing one thing, it's easy to talk about them.
Yeah.
But when are you gonna step in and correct it?
Yeah.
When are you gonna be the mentor and help them? Even if you can't dedicate, I can meet with you, da 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 da. If I could just see you and say, hey, I need you to da 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 da, blah blah blah. One conversation, you don't know
and
what one conversation can do.
A lot of, I'm not gonna say a lot of times, but I'm gonna say 45% of the time it take that one conversation. Now, if you ever watched like, you know, the shows or the little clips on TikTok or whatever, and they be like, you know, I had somebody telling me I had a person tell me I should have been doing X, Y, and Z, and I should have did what they told me to, or else I wouldn't be in this predicament. So it literally takes that one time.
That's it.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how many times they were told you should be doing better, but taking that one time to say, hey, this is the expectation, I know you can do it, goes so far for the youth, especially nowadays, because their expectation is being a millionaire by 10.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaire by 12, and a quadrillionaire by 18.
Okay.
Off of doing nothing.
Yes,
like
completely nothing. Yes.
Absolutely. Not even showing up. Like, you don't even show up and you expect to be a millionaire or to get. And so the ones that you do got to kind of tap the shoulder and get their attention, even if it doesn't always work. They never forget it. By far, they never forget it. They never forget. And so that's interesting that you say that, because a lot of coaches don't do it for that. They do it because they like the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, from my experience in this year of coaching in a corporate setting, it has nothing to do with the athletes. It has everything to do with, I love the sport. I've been playing this sport my whole life.
Or you've been in the sport, you want to live your dreams through these kids.
I know you lie, because that is exactly what is happening. And I feel like that happens more on a corporate aspect, meaning like school district and whatever. And do I feel like it happens sometimes in like the AAU or community based? It does. However, on the corporate aspect, when there's rules and regulations and funding and all that, that's when you see you felt like you was Steph Curry and LeBron James.
Yes.
If it's basketball.
Yes.
And now you're trying to make Lil Trayvon the Steph Curry Jr. and LeBron James Jr. Right? That's what I'm like. I don't understand that.
Me either.
I don't understand that.
My mama call them the so like in Danville, the small town legend.
Oh, girl, that's good. Mama's has to be clock it. That is good.
Small town legends. So y'all want this? Y'all still want this celebrity status of whatever you had 20 years ago?
Yeah.
You really didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
But then also, not only that, it's also the people that I was this bomb athlete in high school, right? I didn't go off to college and do nothing. I didn't go off to any other things and do nothing. I stayed right in my hometown, but I'm not even giving back to the community that way. But all I can do is just keep putting my opinion on people. Keep putting my critiques out there, because what I say matters, because I was that guy, I was that girl 20 years ago.
It's the posting the clips of the newspaper that you was in 2002. But you don't even live in the city that you was in the newspaper in, and haven't lived in there, and so you don't know what's going on. Just because the streets, the neighborhood talks, you don't know what's going on, because you live in Dallas, Texas, or Chicago, or Ohio now, living your best life, but you got some.
It's also the people. Now, this is what I've seen a lot in the dance world. When dancing dolls came a thing,
you better not. Go ahead. No worries.
Everybody wanted a team. Everybody wanted to do Major Ray. But, which is nothing wrong if you're going to learn what you need to learn to teach the kids.
You know what, baby?
You can't just say.
This interview is over. Okay?
You cannot just say, I'm creating a team. I'm creating a team.
Baby, when I say fed up, baby, at this point, I got the stomach flu. Okay? I am so fed up of everybody want to be Diana Williams.
Everybody
want to be Diana Williams.
But them or their kids don't want to put in work like Diana Williams and the Dancing Doll.
And just because you can flip off your head into the split, baby, that is a trick, not a dance.
Sure ain't.
Because if you can't point your toes,
woo!
If you don't know, that's lifting your leg 101 as a dancer.
Mm-hmm. But like that was a heavy piece of why I don't have Royaledystruction no more. I am a coach that's going to train you. I'm not just going to teach you no dances. You're paying me to run this studio to train your kids so they can be like the Dancing Doll, so they can be on somebody's HBCU line. That's what we're trying to do. Or they can be a background dancer to somebody, not on TikTok. But y'all want the results and not the work. You can't get that. You can't get it. So that's why I had to pull away, because at the end of the day, I wasn't getting the value from the parents. I wasn't getting the value from the kids. So the value begins to come down because now this child has seen a count, a 16 count, learned it sloppily, no shade, maybe it is. And then their parent like, okay. So now you think choo-choo is the hottest thing on the block, which choo-choo is probably good with the right technique, being taught. And now, because you feel like 7 people done told you, oh, choo-choo got that, now it's lackluster. Now you mad because she either in the back row or ain't competing this competition.
She should be a captain. I mean, she learned it fast. She did learn it fast, but her arms are crooked, her toes are not pointed. It's the flex foot for me.
It's these broken toe touches. It's these broken kicks. It's these not landing your tricks correctly. Y'all kids gonna hurt themselves. They gonna hurt themselves, and then what? They gonna be in the hospital.
It's the coming down in when they on their head and they coming down with one leg straight and the other leg kind of like, straight and kind of like this. You coming down on a basketball floor like that?
But you shouldn't even be coming down flat-footed.
Maybe you gonna crack something.
Correct.
Who come down like that? NFL players who get paid $50 million a year. Yeah, because guess what? They can get paid to fix it back.
But all they're telling their kids is, all right, we're going to add this death drop, we're going to add this toe touch, and then just because they can do it, it's okay. No, we got to perfect it.
They don't know what that is.
No.
Perfected has never came across the board. Because if we're going to talk about it, Diana Williams did not play when it comes to sharpness. When it comes to point, them toes used to be so curled that you thought them baby feet was broke.
Correct.
Okay? The arms are tight. If you was a half a second, the reason why the 5 or 6 years of Dancing Dolls did so well is because they looked like one person.
Correct. Kicks were here.
At
this ear.
Right. Literally at the back of the,
You understand?
Yes.
Not here.
And it was so much. It was not about tricks at all.
No, it's a dancing.
Yeah, it was not about tricks at all.
And then we start going to competitions where we're doing choreography, but we get into places where they doing a whole bunch of tricks, so they win.
Yeah,
that's not dancing. It's not dancing.
Oh my god.
And then also one more thing in this majorette world. Let me do this with the hands, okay? This is for all the people that think they know.
Woo!
So there's a difference in all the hands, okay? This is a jazz hand. This is a majorette hand. Do you see this L? That's a majorette hand. You see? Majorette. This is a blade. The thumbs are in. That's a blade.
Yes.
Okay? So it's just like, y'all can't keep having y'all kids. We dancing with no hand placement. What's the hand? Is it a jazz, a blade, a majorette hand? What is it? Is it a fist? Is it a pretty finger? Because pretty fingers has that middle finger dropped. This is a claw.
Stingettes. They throw the stingette. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I mean, the library is open. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, clearly. And I saw there's a guy. I guess he hosts this like majorette thing. He has become very popular on social media, and now that males have gotten to the aspect of majorette style, which I absolutely love. No shade. The technique is terrible. The technique has went from Diana, where it's clean, it's tight, it's technical, to I'm just gonna throw some, I struggle with even watching it, and this is being trained by a technical dancer myself, right? and I struggle watching it because
what was happening?
Nobody's gonna tell
Nope.
Shorty
gassing them up because it's great.
That you ain't eat.
Nope.
Cause y'all know that's what the kids say. Oh, we ate that. Did you? I'm kind of still hungry.
Yeah.